Most people assume that retiring in 10 years starting from zero is impossible, or that it requires winning the lottery, inheriting money, or earning hundreds of thousands per year. None of those assumptions are correct. The actual math is much simpler, and much more uncomfortable than most people want to admit. Retiring in 10 years from a starting balance of zero is mathematically possible using nothing more than 3 Fidelity index funds anyone can buy today. But the daily contribution required is the kind of number that will either change your entire financial trajectory or eliminate this path from consideration entirely. And the difference between the 3 timelines we are about to cover, 30 years, 20 years, and 10 years, reveals one of the most important truths in personal finance that almost nobody understands clearly. Here is what $1 million actually means before we discuss how to get there. There is a retirement framework called the 4% rule, backed by decades of historical market research. The idea is simple. A $1 million portfolio invested in index funds can sustainably pay out 4% per year in the first year of retirement. Adjusted for inflation annually after that, that is $40,000 per year, or $3,333 every single month for the rest of your life, without ever touching the principal. Add the average Social Security payment of approximately $1,976 per month, and total retirement income reaches over $5,300 per month. That is the destination. The question is how you get there from zero, and the answer depends on one variable almost everyone underestimates: time. 3 different timelines, 3 different daily contribution amounts, same finish line, and the gap between them reveals exactly what time is worth in compounding terms, a number that most people will never calculate but should. By the end of this video, you will know the exact 3 Fidelity funds used, the precise daily contribution required for each timeline, and which of the 3 actually matches your real-life situation. So make sure to stay until the end, leave a like, and let's start. The 3 funds used across every portfolio are the same, only the weights change. FXAIX is the Fidelity 500 Index Fund. It tracks the S and P 500, which is essentially the 500 largest US companies. Expense ratio of just 0.02%, about as close to free as investing gets. Over the last 10 years, FXAIX has averaged approximately 12.97% in annual share price appreciation. It is the foundation. The second fund is FNCMX, the Fidelity Nasdaq Composite Index Fund. This tracks the entire Nasdaq, which tilts toward technology and growth companies that move faster but swing harder. Over the last 10 years, FNCMX has averaged approximately 16.91% in annual appreciation. Higher reward, higher volatility. The third fund is our FSELX, the Fidelity Select Semiconductors portfolio. This is the aggressive piece. It invests exclusively in semiconductor companies, the chip makers behind every phone, laptop, and AI model. Over the last 10 years, FSELX has averaged 22.04% in annual appreciation. That is not a typo. It is also the most volatile fund of the 3. Semiconductors are cyclical. When they fall hard. But for the right portfolio on the right timeline, FSELX is the engine that makes faster retirement timelines mathematically possible. Now here is how those 3 funds combine differently depending on how much time you have. The 30-year portfolio is the version with the most time and the least risk. 60% in FXAIX, 30% in FNCMX, and 10% in FSELX. The broad market does the heavy lifting. The Nasdaq adds growth, and the semiconductors provide a small kick of upside without taking the whole portfolio off course. The blended portfolio carries a 0.81% dividend yield, a dividend growth rate of 6.18%, and annual share price appreciation of just over 15%. The daily contribution required to reach $1 million in 30 years using this portfolio: $6 per day. $6, less than a coffee and a bagel. By the end of year 1, the account sits at approximately $2,190. By year 10, $45,641. By year 20, $234,158. And by the end of year 30, the portfolio reaches approximately $1,004,150. But here is the part that matters most. Of that $1,004,150, the actual contributions over 30 years total only $65,700. The market added the remaining $938,450. The investor in this version is not really building the wealth. The investor is just showing up consistently. Compounding does almost everything. That is what 30 years actually buys you. Now cut compounding's runway by a third, and the math changes dramatically. The 20-year portfolio uses the same three funds with different weights: F, X. AIX drops from 60% down to 35%. FNCMX rises to 40% and becomes the largest piece. FSELX more than doubles from 10% to 25%. With less time available, the portfolio needs to grow faster. The broad market shrinks and the more aggressive funds take over. The blended portfolio carries a 0.58% dividend yield, a 5.16% dividend growth rate, an annual share price appreciation of approximately 16.81%. The daily contribution required, $22 per day. Almost 4 times what the 30-year version cost, about $660 per month, or $8,030 per year. Still achievable for many people watching this. A couple of skipped restaurants, a smaller car payment, the gym membership, and streaming subscriptions nobody really uses. By year 1, the account sits at approximately $8,030. By year 10, approximately $180,684. And by year 20, the portfolio hits approximately $1,040,920. Same finish line as the 30-year plan, reached a decade earlier. But the cost shifted. Total personal contributions over 20 years, approximately $160,600. Nearly 2.5 times more than the 30-year version contributed. The market still does most of the work, but a much bigger share of that final million now comes directly from your own paycheck. You bought 10 years of time back. The price was approximately $95,000 in additional personal contributions. Now the 10-year version, the one this video promised. And here is where the math gets aggressive. FXAIX drops all the way down to 15%. FNCMX sits at 35%. And FSELX, the semiconductor fund, takes the largest position at 50%. Half the portfolio is now in a single sector. That is a concentrated bet on growth. With only 10 years available, the broad market alone cannot reach $1 million inside a decade. The portfolio needs to compound at a rate. The broad market simply does not deliver in that time frame. The blended portfolio carries a 0.34% dividend yield, a 3.44% dividend growth rate, an annual share price appreciation of 18.88%, the highest of all 3 portfolios. The daily contribution required, $120 per day. That is $43,800 per year, about $3,650 per month, every single month, for 10 years straight. To realistically sustain that contribution rate, household income needs to sit somewhere around $120,000 per year. Below that threshold, $3,650 per month into investments is not a sustainable ask after rent, groceries, and everything else. If that is not where your income currently sits, the 30-year or 20-year version is the path that fits. And that is not a downgrade. That is what the math allows. But for the people who can actually sustain $120 per day, here is what it builds. By the end of year 1, the account is at $43,800. By year 5, approximately $320,168. By the end of year 10, the portfolio reaches approximately $1,083,463. Total personal contributions over the decade, $438,000. The market added $645,463. The market still contributes more than the investor, but barely. The gap is nearly closed. That is the cost of cutting compounding's runway to just 10 years. Here is the comparison that reveals what all 3 of these timelines are actually telling you. Same $1 million destination across all 3 portfolios. But the personal contribution required is wildly different. In the 30-year version, $65,700. In the 20-year version, $160,600. In the 10-year version, $438,000. Almost 7 times more than the 30-year version. And here is the ratio that should change how you think about every financial decision from this point forward. In the 30-year version, the market gives back approximately $14 for every $1 the investor contributes. In the 20-year version, that drops to $5.50 per $1. And in the 10-year version, the market returns just $1.50 per $1 contributed. Time is not free, but it is the cheapest source of retirement money that exists. The longer you give compounding to do its work, the less of your own paycheck has to fund the destination. The shorter the runway, the more you have to make up for that time directly out of pocket. That is the actual lesson behind all 3 of these timelines. The number of dollars you contribute matters less than the number of years you stay consistent. Think about it. If you have made it this far in this video, you are not the investor who guesses. You are the one who runs the actual numbers. And the numbers are clear. $1 million is reachable from 0 in 10, 20 or 30 years, using exactly 3 Fidelity index funds. The variable is what timeline matches your real life. Subscribe to this channel because this is exactly the kind of content we make every week. And watch the next video on screen. We already broke down the best 3 ETF portfolio for getting genuinely wealthy in 2026, and it builds directly on everything you just learned here.